So Elmore James was not really of the era, even though his music is amazing. He was hampered by the fact that he used an acoustic guitar with a pickup taped into the sound hole, and then he played slide, which still made some of the most important music of this century, of the 20th century. But what Hound Dog did was he took Elmore James' music and he was able to have amplification. And by the time Hound Dog was finding stuff, if you can pick up the second one over there, these are kind of crazy looking guitars, don't you think? The reason they're crazy is because they're made in Japan. There was an era where a lot of the American companies were farming out work overseas, and the Chicago companies were no different. They found that labor was cheaper in Japan, and they were tooling them up to make their guitars. Unbeknownst to them, Japanese decided to make some of their own stuff. And the crazy thing, like if you look on the back, you see this metal plate. So like on a Fender Stratocaster, they figured it out on that guitar, but you see it's a bolt-on neck. This was one of the earlier models. They actually glued the neck on this one like a Gibson Les Paul, but they thought that Fenders had plates, so the Japanese put a plate on a glued neck, which is like, duh. But they were cool, and the thing with Hound Dog, he got these kawaii guitars for like next to nothing. Up until maybe 10 years ago, you could get these things for $50. And Hound Dog played through a Sears amp that had 6 speakers, 3 of which were blown on any night. And so he didn't use distortion pedals, he didn't do anything other than he just turned up the amp and played. So he basically, all the heavy metal and the grunge rockers, if you read their interviews, they love Hound Dog Taylor. And Hound Dog at the time didn't know. He got very little respect, by the way, up until a lot of these young rockers discovered him, because people thought he was a very coarse and kind of a ghetto blues man. But for the guys that really heard it, the stuff was basically grunge rock before grunge rock. So it was basically power chords, but with a slide sounds cool as hell. Hold on.